today? Well, baby, if you are Wendy Williams, you have finally broken your silence on the fact that you are currently in what sounds like an abusive situation with your conservatorship. You are being financially, emotionally, and physically isolated, abused, and set adrift by your conservatorship. You guys, if you didn't see the Breakfast Club interview, please go watch it. Charlemagne did his thing. I know I'm always talking trash about Charlemagne, but on this issue, because he cares about Wendy, he did his thing. A couple of things came out, if you guys don't know. First of all, Wendy said that Diddy is 100% guilty. And the thing she knows about Diddy, it's about time. And it's about time he actually got arrested. For all these people talking about my son, my dad's a great person. The woman that had to flee New York because Diddy had put a thing out on her, a contract on her. The woman that got fired from her first job, the woman that literally had to flee for her life from New York to Philadelphia, has said the type of person that Sean Diddy Combs is. And I think she knows him a little bit better than the kids and the mama that allegedly was throwing freak offs in the house with Diddy around while they smoking Mary Jane and everything in between. But let's get back to Wendy, because this is actually truly sad, but it confirms everything that we've been saying on this channel for the last 3 years, and that a lot of legal experts have been saying. She's being abused by her conservatorship. Again, conservatorship is a very scary thing in America. If the court and the judge, or if the judge and the conservatorship is in on it, it can do a ping pong effect that will have you in purgatory, in prison, with no access to your friends, your family, or your money. Now, it was said the reason why they had to keep Wendy away from everyone that knew and loved her is the fact that her family was a bad interest, right? However, we see Wendy's niece and the rest of her family are very loyal, very loving, and they have been trying to free Wendy for the last few years. Her conservatorship, the conservator, Sabrina Morris, took away Wendy's phone. She cannot talk to anybody. She has control of all her accounts, and she has control of all her life. Now, how did this happen? Because the judge decided that she needed a temporary guardianship, okay? However, he appointed this company to find a guardian. That guardian and guardianship company and a judge are like this. Very commonly, they work hand in hand. So they decided that not only was Wendy not mentally sound, not only was Wendy not in her right mind, but that they couldn't trust any of Wendy's family. I know. Couldn't even trust her own son, her heir. They accused her heir of financially exploiting her because he was spending 10,000 a month. 15, it doesn't even matter. 10, 15. I don't know if you guys have never even known any kids of rich people, but I'm telling you right now, 10,000 a month is child play, even if he spent it all on Uber Eats. Wendy was a multimillionaire, or so it seemed. Let's also not forget that when I say, oh, sure, it seemed, this is the craziest part of it, okay? Wendy's fortune, nobody knows where it is. Nobody knows where it is. They said we can't trust her heir, which, by the way, if he's spending all her money, that's his money because that's her only heir. We can't trust the heir. We can't trust the family. We're going to elect someone we think is good. Sabrina Peterson has been accused of horrible things with her other conservatorship. This girl came in, basically kidnapped Wendy, took her to a place where nobody knew. She was not allowed to speak to the friends and family. She signed off on doing the Wendy Williams documentary because Sabrina thought it was going to be a cute little coin. Sabrina then tried to say that the documentary was nothing but lies, when the documentary delved in further and said, there's something wrong with what is going on with Wendy Williams. This is certified Britney Spears. Wendy is alone. She needs help. She even said this, okay? I want you guys to listen to the whole interview. I'm just going to play a little bit, but listen to this.
My life is like fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
Alex, do you think that there'll be some type of retaliation from the Guardian because of maybe this phone call, or because of
The Guardian has been retaliating. Every time Wendy speaks up about the way she's being treated, the Guardian retaliates. And her niece Alex confirms.
Wow.
We talked about that. You know, my aunt, even with her wanting to come on, we talked about all scenarios. I said, you know, do this. You ready for what's on the other side? And as she said, I have to do this. There's nothing else I could do at this point. She's prepared for the fact that her phone might be taken away.
What if they take my phone? I won't be able to talk to anybody.
Yeah. And, you know, you all, what you're hearing now, this is a few-minute clip of what we've been dealing with for the last several months and she can get moved and we may not even know where she is. Wow. That was the reality of where she was during the documentary. We were
Pause before she goes into the documentary. How is this possible? How are things how is it this is happening? Also, you will notice if you listen to the interview, I just want to say one thing before we get back into this. Wendy sounds very there. She is with it. She even says she is not in a cognitive decline, which makes you think, were they rugging her? Were they putting something in there to make her sound loosey goosey just so they can defend? Why is a woman that has better faculties than Bruce Willis have less rights? Why do I say that? Because Bruce Willis actually does have severe cognitive decline. He does have this, he does have that. He has not been placed in a guardianship or conservatorship. This seems to be something specifically to Wendy. They did it to Britney Spears. We can call it. It is sexism in the medical industry. Maybe it is racism in the medical and legal spheres. But the fact that this is happening is pathetic. Listen to this, and then let me just say, how did this even happen? They got one of Wendy's family members on board, one, and Kev, Big Kev, Wendy's ex husband. They all played a role in this happening. Now, I'm not saying that it is their fault because I think they saw an opportunity, the conservatorship, they saw a mark, and everybody else was kind of like playing for their position, and they didn't realize that they were being played by everyone. But let's keep going.
Permitted to go see her. So this whole documentary aired. Nobody's able to call her. Nobody's able to see her. You know, the reason why I was doing the stuff with The View and Good Morning America was because she was nowhere to be found.
Wow. In the meantime, you know,
what are we going to do about that?
Listen, here's the weird thing, right? While you're on The View, right? I got the telephone number. I could call Joy Behar, but my number is with The Guardian. I could call my friend Rosanna Scotto. I could call Fat Joe. I could call Alex. My number is not in storage, but my Guardian person has my phone. God damn.
Alex, let me ask you a question.
Excuse me, has had it for 3 years, by the way.
She's had your phone for 3 years, and she got control of all your bank accounts and everything? Wow. Okay. Said, right. Yeah. Okay. Right. Now, Alex, but that's what the news reports say. The news reports say she has control of your bank account.
You guys, this is scary. Wendy needs help. Wendy was on the phone at the Breakfast Club crying during a shocking emotional breakdown saying, I feel like I'm in prison. Why can Wendy not pick her own conservatorship? Why can she not have her son in charge? Why does she need to be completely cut off from everyone and anyone? And why are they isolating her? And why is this happening? I know there's going to be some dumb people in the comments about that's Wendy's karma. Shut up. Y'all know nothing about karma. The fact that the world looks like the way it does and is ruled by the people it's ruled by, and the people that are being harmed versus the people that prosper. Shut up. If karma's coming, it's coming the next age or whatever, right? The whole point of the matter is, why is this being allowed to happen? Nobody really knows. Or more importantly, Sabrina Morrissey is being allowed to run rampant and hold a pop culture icon, basically, what is to me, it sounds like as hostage. And there is not anything or anyone can do because of one judge sitting in the courtroom that has a relationship where he feeds people to Sabrina's conservatorship corporation. There is nothing anybody can do. This is not justice. Mental health laws need to be revised in the United States. Conservatory laws need to be revised. But more importantly, Wendy needs justice, and she needs justice now. I hope to God somebody can take this case up to the Supreme Court and maybe even start a class action. Wendy needs help. Again, she said her life is effed up. She feels like she is trapped in a prison, and she says they lied about her being cognitively impaired. And let's be real, Wendy in that interview, she's on it, which leads me to believe the other stuff where she was acting like a wackadoodle. Maybe it's because they was literally giving her the Diddy special, giving her the Diddy special drink that he gives to everybody to make them off the rocker. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. We are going to follow this, but definitely we need justice for Wendy, and we're waiting to mobilize to see the way we can help. This has nothing to do with it even being Wendy Williams. We would do the same thing for any single human being because justice must, must, must be preserved. Listen, I don't believe in Charlemagne God's politics, his views on women, his views on a lot of stuff. But what he did for Wendy, he did the big one. Shout out to Charlemagne for literally giving Wendy a voice that woke the people up. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later.